It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood.
Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night
between the Las Vegas Raiders
and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Michael Badgley ready to get us started, and off we go from SoFi Stadium.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
With a play fake to Jacobs.
And it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have two remaining.
As we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On the tackle.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
At the 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Man open. That's Henry Ruggs. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Raider first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here is Eckler. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The tackle made
a nice run. You want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Eckler. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the air now with Herbert. We'll get that complete to Reed. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And some room to work. Takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 28 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
First on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Herbert down on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Maurice Hurst able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Buying time to his left. He's got a man, it's Williams. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. They'll run here with Eckler. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The handoff, it's Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And this is complete. It's Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Anthony Sherman there to make the grab. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Chargers 14. Raiders nothing. Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
Offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. On play action, now Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And what with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
To give. This is Eckler. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And 6.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. The 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Once more, here's Eckler. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
42-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. Henry's got it out on the left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Carr now on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Brings up second.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Carr's pass. Complete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return on this one as that kick's out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line.
33-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. It's Eckler again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a give running left is Eckler. And some space here. They'll go down before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Open man is Reed. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Eckler, the ball
Tackle made by Emerson Griffin.
At the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Chargers. Austin Eckler, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. A fairly short kick from the 14. Lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. He's going to air one out. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Throwing again. Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
14. First down, Raiders.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Flush to his right. He's going to take him. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And picked up by the Chargers.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And he'll give it here to his running back. In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's Badgley now for the Charger field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. This one is right down Broadway. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
14.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is taken in at the 5. He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Touchdown.
Henry Ruggs, 61 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Now Carr again. Quick slant caught. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when we score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He was
just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout.
He was brought down.
But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
3rd and 7.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Michael Badgley for the Charger field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Quick throw to start the drive complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Las Vegas, first down.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it to make it 27-13.
Makes the score. Chargers 27.
Down 2 scores, out of timeouts. A must recover if they're going to have any shot. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. The kidder here, it's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
And 1.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This to make it a 3-score game late. Badgley's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One final try now for Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chargers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.